even the biggest Sex and the City fans may not know these interesting facts. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 small details in Sex and the City you missed.
You dragged me out to a park at 3 in the morning to ask me if I want to stand still with you?
Yes.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at some fun Easter eggs from the show, as well as some behind-the-scenes info that serious fans won't want to miss. We won't be looking at anything to do with the movies, because that could be a whole list of its own. Number 10. The show tried not to date itself. You may notice that while the girls are running around NYC, they encounter surprisingly few of the posters, billboards, and ads you'd encounter in real life.
But sometimes, there's nothing better than meeting your single girlfriends for a night at the movies.
That's because the producers of the show intentionally omitted anything that would date the show too much, though there are some exceptions throughout the series where advertisements are left in. Notably, in the episode The Good Fight, when Samantha and Richard Wright are dancing on the rooftop, originally, you could see the towers of the World Trade Center in the background, but they were digitally edited out in post-production to keep the focus on the scene at hand. Number 9. For a long time, it was eternally spring in NYC. For the first 4 seasons of Sex and the City, it seemed like it was always either spring or summer. This let the girls travel around the city in their most fashionable outfits without ever having to cover up for warmth.
And why would you be doing this? I can't go any farther down this love road and have my heart broken. If he's cheating on me, I have to know now.
They also rarely celebrate major holidays on the show, so we never see Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Valentine's Day. It's only in the season 4 finale, I Heart NY, that we finally see the seasons begin to change for the first time on the show.
It was official. A new season had begun.
In the later episodes, we see the characters living through New York's harsh winter, and it definitely gives the story a different feel.
And further uptown, Charlotte didn't mind the cold. She had a new puppy love to keep her warm.
Number 8. One actor appears in 2 different roles. While it might seem to some people that Justin Theroux only recently got famous with shows like The Leftovers and Maniac, he's been on the small screen for years. In fact, he was on Sex and the City not once but twice in the early seasons, playing 2 completely different characters.
Oh, baby.
In season 1, he plays a guy named Jared that Carrie uses to make Big jealous when she realizes their relationship isn't monogamous.
What the hell happened to you?
His name is Jared. He's really cute and really successful. And he just put his arms around me.
He plays a bigger role in season 2 as Von Wiesel, a man Carrie starts dating who turns out to have some shortcomings that cause them to part ways despite the fact that Carrie loves his family.
It was inevitable this would happen. I just didn't know it would happen so quickly.
We guess there really are only so many dateable guys in Manhattan. Number 7. You rarely hear about the girls' families. Something that goes hand in hand with not celebrating holidays is the fact that we see and hear surprisingly little about the girls' families throughout the run of the show.
And the down payment's coming from your father?
No. Just me.
We never meet any of the girls' parents, or really learn much about them at all, with the exception of the episode where Miranda's mother dies. Even when Charlotte is planning a wedding and eventually gets married, her family never plays a role. The idea behind this seems to be that the family you're born into doesn't always matter as much as the one you make for yourself, and that's pretty much a main theme for the entire series.
Don't laugh at me, but maybe we could be each other's soulmates.
Number 6. SJP's baby made a cameo. How's this for ironic and adorable? In the season premiere of the show's 6th season, Carrie unexpectedly runs into her ex-fiancé Aiden. It's a dramatic moment as Aiden slowly turns around and you see that he actually has a baby strapped to his chest.
Hey, I had a baby.
I have a date. Well, that's wonderful. Is this him?
No, this isn't him. This is a stunt baby.
The audience is just as surprised as Carrie is herself. But what must have made this moment more lighthearted for everyone on set is the fact that Aiden's son Tate was actually played by Sarah Jessica Parker's little boy, which is why the baby seems so happy to see her. Of course, this might also be why that timeline doesn't exactly make sense.
We should get together and have coffee sometime and catch up.
Yeah, great. Okay, we'll do that.
Number 5. Music foreshadowed Charlotte's divorce. When Charlotte meets Trey, their relationship is a love-at-first-sight whirlwind. And before viewers knew it, they were heading down the aisle.
Trey can't get it up. What? We slept together last night and he couldn't get it up.
Were there some red flags before they said their I do's? Oh, definitely. But there was one subtle hint the producers gave us viewers that we may not have picked up on. The Scottish bagpipe music playing as Charlotte walks down the aisle isn't typically a wedding song, but rather a funeral dirge, which was meant to symbolize the fact that Charlotte is walking straight to her demise. Number 4. Michael Patrick King made it onto the show in some ways.
Bad, worse, loser, disaster. And you know the scary thing? I'm being kind.
Though Sex and the City was created by Darren Star, most people know Michael Patrick King as the man behind the show. He worked as a writer, producer, and director for many episodes, and it turns out he found ways to insert himself into the show.
Eat me.
Excuse me?
Eat me.
His handwriting stands in for the girls in a few scenarios, notably in one episode where Miranda is taking notes to prep for a phone call with Steve. He also memorably played the voice of the sandwich Miranda thought was sexually harassing her, and lent his vocal talents by yelling feces in an episode that takes place at a mental health facility.
Feces! Feces! Get it! Feces!
Number 3. Carrie eventually stops asking questions.
Why are there so many great unmarried women and no great unmarried men?
One of the elements that remains consistent throughout the series is that Carrie poses questions to the audience that often form the basis for her columns.
When it comes to finance and dating, I couldn't help but wonder, why do we keep investing?
They vary widely from episode to episode, but at the end of season 6, when the show is coming to a close, Carrie actually stops asking questions altogether. In the episode Splat, when she decides she's going to move to Paris to be with the Russian, she asks, "Is it time to stop questioning?" but ultimately changes the question mark to a period.
Is it time to stop questioning?
According to the DVD commentary, this is the last time she asks her famous questions in the series. Number 2. Carrie walks the same sidewalk. According to Michael Patrick King on the DVD commentary, the street we see Carrie walking down at the end of the series finale as she takes a call from Big, yeah, the same call where we finally find out his real name, is actually the very same street she walked down in the opening credits.
And if you find someone to love the you love. Hi.
What's shaking, baby?
How's Napa?
The house is on the market. Look out, New York. I'm a-comin'.
Well, that's just fabulous.
He says, though, that this time, she's actually walking in the opposite direction, signifying the changes she's made throughout the series. King says this artistic choice was supposed to show that, as a character, Carrie had finally found herself and the love she'd been searching for throughout the entire series, with her journey finally coming full circle. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Sweetie? What's this?
Oh, prenuptial agreements, totally standard. Everyone in the family has one. I think you sign on page 4 or something. Feel free to have your lawyer look it over.
Number 1. Carrie's necklace was significant. Sex and the City was a television landmark when it came to small-screen fashion, and each of the 4 women wore innumerable iconic pieces of clothing and jewelry throughout the show's 6-season run, some of which carried extra significance. For example, in the episode where Carrie breaks up with Aiden, Sarah Jessica Parker wore her own earrings, which she claims are good luck since she was wearing them when she won her first Golden Globe for the show.
This isn't about you. I'm not ready for marriage.
But one piece really stands out. Ms. Bradshaw's nameplate Carrie necklace symbolized her self-confidence, and towards the end of the 6th season, she loses it, implying she's also lost something much bigger.
No, I can't have lost my Carrie necklace, no.
So when she finds it again, viewers knew everything would be okay. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.